I don't rate Sanchez. I don't rate him at all. And I've said it. I said it from when we bought him. I was like, God, no. Please, Lord, no. Don't give us Sanchez. From those Brighton days, he made an absolutely colossal mistake. And I wish I could find it against Brighton. And I said, thank God he isn't one of our players. And we went and got him. And from that day to this very day, I said no to Sanchez. When Sanchez had an absolutely fantastic game against Arsenal, when he pulled off like several good saves, and we got a result against Arsenal, people were like, no, Simon, Sanchez is decent, man. Look what he did against Arsenal. I still said he isn't good enough. The good does not outweigh the bad. And when Maresca was talking about, but there are other players that make mistakes. Imagine your manager throwing your player yourself. Imagine your manager in your job. You're doing fantastic. Someone else is doing badly, and your manager draws you out. Why are you drawing me out? I ain't done wrong. Maresca is drawing out all these other players. Caicedo, Jackson, Palmer. They all do badly. They all make mistakes as well as Sanchez. Imagine drawing out other players just to protect Sanchez. But yet you don't drop him. He ain't good enough. Sanchez is not good enough. And I'm not going to wait. I should not have to wait until he does badly to say he's not good enough. He is not good enough. And you need to question Maresca's ability. Like, it's great that he has a way of playing in terms of tactics. It's fantastic. He's got a great way. He's got a certain playing style, right? But one thing he cannot do is spot talent. He can't spot potential. And he's seeing some diamond, which is a cubic zirconia. I'm sorry, he is. Sanchez is not a diamond. He's a cubic zirconia. And Maresca's looking at him, and his eyes is like, oh my gosh, look at this. You're cubic zirconia, Sanchez. You were not good enough. And I've said it so many times, right? I said it during my live. I said it. Someone asked me, isn't the good thing Sanchez does? Isn't it good enough? Isn't it good enough to be, what do you call it? Isn't the good thing Sanchez done earn his place? And I said no. I said Sanchez is good. The good things doesn't outweigh the bad, because the bad thing Sanchez does leads to goals. And people said, no, Simon, you don't know what you're talking about. You're just a social media influencer. You have no bearing. You sit there. You don't even go Stamford Bridge. You don't know nothing about football. Thank you, Sanchez, for proving me right yet again. Thank you, Sanchez, for proving me right yet again. I don't like calling out my own players. I'd rather call out other. I'd rather create content where, like, we beat a player and I can draw out other teams. I can draw out how badly your team is. I don't want to draw out my own players. I get no joy in drawing out my own players, because this is my club. These players, when you put on a shirt, you become a part of who I am. This is dare I say, my identity. So if anything, I'm drawing out myself. Right? So I take no joy in this. But when you're costing me results and you're costing me my weekend, I can't enjoy my Sunday now. I like to go for walks. I have to go an extra hour now because of this result. I like to go for long walks in silence and believe that my club is good enough to be a top team. I want to enjoy my weekend. Thank God that everyone who I work with don't watch football. I can enjoy my week now because no one at my workplace watches football. Thank God for that. And if we're going to move on from Sanchez, I'm sorry I've got to say this, and I'm gonna tarnish this player with the same friggin' brush. We got to call out Jackson. We got to call out Nicholas. We have to call out Nicholas Jackson. Because too many times, I'm going to be easy with him today against Man City, because if anything, without the ball, he doesn't show much of a killer instinct to get in that right position. Like, his anticipation of where that pass is going to be, he's not getting there quick enough. Palmer's pass wasn't great, but how many times have we seen passes that weren't great, but oh my gosh, look at him. Like, I'm not comparing Jackson to Lampard, but look at Lampard against Bayern Leverkusen. I think it was Bayern Leverkusen or Bayern Munich. When the ball looked like it was going out for a goal kick, and Lampard did that. Sometimes we want great players to turn something out, nothing, and turn into something. Jackson can't do that. He takes nothing into complete nothingness. He's like, oh my gosh, you can't get anything out of this ball. Jackson's like, I'm going to make it even worse and create nothingness out of nothing. He's not good enough. I'm happy for players to develop at Chelsea. I'm happy for you to develop at Chelsea. That's great. Go to, what's that French team? Strasbourg? Go there. Go Strasbourg. Go to League One. Develop there. It's not good enough. Jackson's not good enough. He has, and I'm gonna say it now, Jackson has cost us results because his lack of killer instinct in the final third. It's not about his shots on target, it's about what he does off the ball. Too many times he allowed the defenders to get the better of him. His hold-up play is not good enough. I'm sorry. When I've said it once and someone shut me down for this, when Jackson's back is towards the goal that he's scoring, he's not good. If he's bearing down on goal, he's bearable, but we expect nothing from him because he can't do it. He can't take one. There was one time Jackson got a one-on-one, which led to a throw-on, where he did a step over on the left-hand side in the first half, and it led to a throw-on. That's the only thing Jackson done right. Jackson is not good enough. I'm sorry. And we have no other replacement. And Nkunku, and I said it in my TikTok video. Even when I went live, I said, guys, Nkunku's come on. Even against the Conference League. I said, guys, I don't know if any of my mods can tell me. I said, guys, something's wrong with Nkunku. He looks like he's not happy. Why? Because he wants to leave. And he wants to leave from December. Because Chelsea apparently came out and said Chelsea have been trying to make a deal to get Nkunku out of Chelsea from December. And he knew. And that's why. Nkunku didn't do anything when he came on. And to be fair to him, he doesn't want to play for Chelsea. If you don't want to play for Chelsea, I expect nothing from you, right? If you want to play for Chelsea, I expect everything from you. And you, Jackson, are not good enough. I'm sorry. Anything outside of we need another goalkeeper and a replacement for Jackson is wishful thinking. We can talk about Palmer. Palmer's been ghosted, and I will agree with people now. Palmer's going missing in big games. Yeah, he is going missing. Enzo's back with his misses. This is a bit of banter. Enzo's back with his misses. He was, if Enzo didn't play, I wouldn't have realized because he wasn't even in the team today, if I'm honest with you. He barely did anything. Defenders wasn't good enough. Our best players, if I am going to say anything positive, even though this one player made a mistake that led to the third goal, Chalobah was pretty good. And Moises Caicedo. That's it. That's it. They're the only two. No one else. They're the only two. We could talk about maybe MUDRYK for the goal, and we'll give MUDRYK a bit of love because he's taking a bit of criticism. That is it. No one else. Sancho was bearable. We talked about Jackson. We talked about Cole Palmer. Moises Caicedo, man of the match. Enzo's been missing. Cucurella, for me, I mean, he was at fault. He was too wide from Levi, which led to the third goal. He was okay, but when he did get the ball, he just booted it to the other side. Whenever you see your team just boot the ball to the other side, you know a goal's coming. Levi Cole and Chalobah, I mean, against a top Man City side, weren't good enough. And I think Reece James had a good game, but we're just happy that he's fit, if I'm honest with you. And then we talked about Sanchez already. Maresca, for me, is making bad decisions, which is costing us. And we need to, as good as Maresca's been for us, I mean, come on, we've made an improvement since last year. But if we are going to be a top 4 team, we need to rectify these mistakes. We need to rectify these, and he's not going to punish bad form. He's out, a player's out of form. This is Sanchez's second bad game in a row. He's not going to punish bad form. And if I was Jurgensen, I would be like, so boss, the goalkeeper's not playing well. I've been training well. Can I play? No. Okay, I'm going out on loan. Please send me out on loan. If I'm Jurgensen, please send me out on loan somewhere because it's obvious that, you know, you're not rotating goalkeepers, things like that. Because Jurgensen is good enough. Let's see if he's good enough. I'm not gonna allow this to ruin my weekend. I'm sorry, guys, but sorry about the rant, man. I like banter. I like popping jokes at people. This is what I want to do, man. But I can't take this, man. We've got West Ham next. We've got West Ham. I think that's at home. We've got Villa. Then we've got Brighton in the FA Cup, and then Brighton in the Premier League. And then the next game, which I'm hoping we get a result, please. Because I said it before Christmas. Oh, we're gonna beat Ipswich. We're gonna beat Bournemouth. We're gonna beat Fulham. I was like, oh, we're gonna do so well. And look what happened. The next game, which is hopefully 3 points, is Southampton, and that's at Stamford Bridge. But who knows? If Sanchez is playing, if I was a Southampton player, if I see Sanchez, I'm popping shots from the halfway line. I don't wish ill on anyone, and I want to end on a positive. But if Sanchez picks up an injury, I wish him the best and I hope he recovers. But I hope his recovery, I hope he recovers in July. If you pick up an injury, Sanchez, I hope you recover in July. And I wish a speedy recovery for you, bro. Yeah, I wish a speedy recovery, because when Peter Cech got injured, he came back better. Yeah, I want him to come back better in July, just not this season. Don't come back. Don't come back. Don't come back in this season. Come back next season. Do a Peter Cech, please. I can't stand this guy, man. This guy's gonna be ending me. I've got barely any hair left. I'm gonna pull the rest of it out, guys. I'm clutching at strands of hair. I'm gonna stop here, guys, because I'll be honest with you. I'm not gonna go mad. I'm not gonna say anything which I'm gonna apologize for, but I'm gonna stop there. If you guys like the content, and if you guys want to, I'm gonna go live where we can discuss things a bit more, Chelsea fans. So if you're a Chelsea fan, please drop a follow. Please subscribe to my YouTube, all right? Because I am trying to get out there. I love Chelsea. I love my club. I know there's Chelsea fans halfway across the world, and whether you're close to Stamford Bridge or not, but I'm one of the Stamford Bridgians that live 5 minutes from Stamford Bridge. I love my club. I've been there through the highs and the lows. I was there during the Ken Bates. Yeah, I was there during the Ken Bates era. Right? If you weren't there for the Ken Bates era, then you don't know how much we've struggled over the years. But we're not gonna finish top 6. And I'm leaving it there.